we're starting a new unit on environmental issues. So taking what we learned about ecosystems and then seeing what's going wrong with them. Okay, so there's a do now that I want you guys to do with your partner. Trevor, you can work with concept. Okay, so you have to think of 10, you're making like a David Letterman style list of the 10 biggest environmental problems. Try and think of 10, okay? Go. How long did you go?
One more.
Oh, today's the best.
What?
Okay, guys, let's go. Do the do now. You don't have to put them in order if you don't want to. Like, you don't have to put them from worst to less worse, but just any 10 environmental issues.
Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber.
Guys, let's go. Try to come up with plaguing, like you know the plagues, the 10 plagues. Like what? Plaguing means like affecting in a negative way.
It's this one.
Lights.
Leaving lights on?
Can you say loiter?
Energy usage. Try and think of 10.
Pollution.
Yeah, they can be broad, they can be very specific.
Hunting. Yeah.
Right now you're doing 10 environmental issues. You take 2 more minutes. Try and think of things you've heard on the news.
Are we talking like environment?
What do you mean? The environment. Yeah. It could be things that are affecting just humans. It could be things that are affecting other species. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of what no, it's being
You could put that. Have you heard of like bioterrorism? Do you know what that is? Yeah, like they actually send like diseases.
Like Vietnam.
No, that's chemical. Well, that could be a problem. Yeah, I mean it did like kill a lot of trees. It was actually like a derivative of like an insecticide. That's what it was, like the napalm and stuff, they dropped it to like kill all the foliage. So it's because you know how they were in jungles? They did it to kill the foliage so that they could see, but it was like burning people too. Yeah, I mean that's a
what is it called? I'm supposed to
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it called? It's not like a
Not what?
Number one, pollution. Maybe it's like biowarfare.
That with the Japanese nuclear. Yep.
She must play.
Okay, take 4 more seconds.
Same thing?
That's what we're going to do now. Okay, so you guys are going to take one of these. If you don't have 10, that's okay. You're going to take one of them, and just quickly illustrate it and give it to another group and see if they can guess what it is and if they have it on their list. Okay? So, just take one piece of paper per group. Take some colored pencils. Just one per group. You don't even need colored pencils, you can just draw it with your pencils if you want. Take 5 minutes to sketch it. And then give it to another group. Yeah, just pick one of your issues. And give it, don't write anything on it, just give it to another group and see if they can guess what it is and see if they have it too.
Yeah, do that.
It's like a pretty comprehensive list.
Yeah. Well, I have
That really just made me so sad. What you said made me cry. Her picture just made me cry. I'm like the best. You'll see. It's really sad.
I'm trying to cover up from black. No.
Did you get white?
Yeah, Caroline got white.
Don't throw white pencil. Caroline. All of these are really like breaking my heart. They really are. These are breaking my heart, guys. Okay, so once you're done, switch with another group. See if they had this on their list. See if they can guess what it is and see if they have it on their list. You have 56 more seconds. And just switch with any group that's around you. How about, here we go. Everyone just pass it back. You guys pass it to Evan. Evan will pass it up, and then you guys just pass it back, and then Rachel will pass it over here. Everyone just pass it back. Gabby. You guys give it to Gabby. Gabby will pass hers back. Raisa, come give yours to Thomas and Trevor. I know, Raisa's you guys give Raisa.
like on the reality shows.
Okay, see if that one's on your list. Yes. They're otters.
Oh, they're otters. Those are like really tiny, like.
They're otters. They're otters.
They're all. How creative.
Go at.
Okay, can everybody guess what everybody's is? So what do we have represented? You can just come over here for now. What do we have, John?
Deforestation.
Deforestation. What else do we have?
Oil spill.
Oil spills killing baby otters that are so cute. What else? What's that?
Taking the tusks off of elephants.
Oh, taking the tusks off of elephants.
Oh, I have a tusk.
And it kills the elephants, guys. They kill the elephants. How are you going to walk up to an elephant and just cut its tusks off without killing it? I killed it. The ivory. To make ivory things.
How do you think they're going to change?
Okay, what else we have? Over here.
Deforestation.
Deforestation.
Oh, that's a polar bear.
It's a polar bear on an ice cap, just stranded on an ice cap because the ice caps are melting. With a human, so a polar bear with a tail and a human face. That's human. It looks good though. Okay.
Grab a package.
Yeah.
Ours was an oil
I
spill.
think they're on my desk. Okay, guys. So let's put the pencils away. You can pass those up. I'll keep them. Make a cartoon book, the saddest cartoon book of all time. We had a fire drill next, so we're behind. Okay, so speaking of the saddest cartoon ever written, we're gonna read this book used to scare me when I was little. My mom would read it to me. But now I love it because it is exactly, this book kind of encapsulates how I view ecology in the world, right? This stuff is really important to me, and this book is like a really good book. So we're going to read the book. I'm going to read it to you like kindergarten story style. Somebody, can somebody turn the lights off? Okay, here we go. Everyone listen. Okay, The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. Raise this up. Can we listen, please? Pretend you're in kindergarten. Okay. At the far end of town, where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing excepting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you will still see today where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could, before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows, the old onceler still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the onceler. Don't knock on his door. He stays in his lurkum on the top of his store. He lurks in his lurkum, cool under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of mid-from-upward move. On special dank midnights in August he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks. He tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you perhaps if you're willing to pay. On the end of a rope he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. Then he pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you've paid him away in his snub, his secret strange hole in his grubulous glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by whisper-mophone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. Down sleeps the whisper-mophone to your ear, and the old onceler's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through this snurgly hose, and he sounds as if he has smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swami swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze.